A Napa guy knows the only way you'd give a freshly minted driver a brand new car is if he promises to never drive it. Instead, let him grind the gears and knock over the neighbor's mailbox in something a little more suited to his skill level. And with over 400,000 parts and a little Napa know-how, he can safely drive something that's nearly as old as he is. It's not perfect, but it's perfect for him. That's Napa know-how.
Blog Talk Radio.
Well, good evening, folks, and thank you for tuning in with me once again to another edition of True Conservative Radio. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. It is the first show of the new year of 2010, and I know it's been some time since I conducted a broadcast. You can call it somewhat of a Christmas, New Year's holiday, so to speak, a little bit of a break from the program. And since I've taken a break, folks, there has been a whole array of news, a whole array of different events that have taken place since the last broadcast, and we're going to get into that all in this edition of the True Conservative Radio Show. This is number 151 for everybody that's keeping track. And for all you folks that kept emailing me up asking me, hey, Ghost, why aren't you having another show? Hey, Ghost, why don't you go out there and put on another performance? Go out there and spread the true conservative message, so to speak. Well, folks, with all due respect, I try to do this show whenever I can. The holiday season came about. You have to, you know me, I'm a true conservative. I emphasize family. I emphasize getting together, especially during the holidays. And, you know, that's one thing that Ghost had to do this holiday season, all right? I know most of the people out here, especially these Nimrods that do nothing but prank call me all the time, I know that these idiots are probably out, you know, playing with their pecker shafts, you know, probably had nothing to do but eat a TV dinner and watch Dick Clark's, you know, Happy New Year's Eve or whatever the crap is nowadays. But lo and behold, folks, I had to attend to some family events. It was a great holiday season, a great Christmas, of course, spent it with the family. And yours truly is a family man, is a foot soldier for the American family. Had the family over. Great get-together. It was just an unbelievable get-together, seeing all the grandchildren, seeing all the children. Definitely appreciating family a little bit more this season since I watched my country wither itself away into some sort of consumerist hellhole. You know, I find it funny that, you know, this past holiday season, all right, this same time last year, we didn't know whether or not the economic situation was going to continue to be legitimate. We didn't know if we were going to still have money in our bank accounts. And lo and behold, folks, this next year, this next Christmas, this next holiday season, what are people doing? They're out there camped out in front of multinational conglomerates waiting for their next Chinese-produced product instead of trying to understand the seriousness around them, folks. So I definitely took a little bit more appreciation to family, a little bit more appreciation of my children and my grandchildren, my wife especially. We had a great meal, the old traditional turkey and ham, of course, you know, and for all you damn PETA-ass clowns who keep emailing me up saying, oh, Ghost, you should be pro-animal. Meat is murder. Meat is murder. You know, you could shove it up your cheese pipe. Because for all I'm concerned, you know, this is America. We live in a civilized society where we don't have to hunt for our food. I mean, do you have to understand that there are actually idiots that hunt for food with full stomachs in America? There are actually ass clowns that are going out, they eat a T-bone steak, and they go out and go shoot woodland creatures so they can take it back and, you know, I don't know, eat it at some other date. Anyway, folks, this is going to be a free-format edition of the True Conservative Radio program. I would like for you to participate. 646-652-4869 is the number to call. And there is no particular topic that I'm going to talk about this evening, so I'm just going to go ahead and something off the top of the head. And I want to talk about this attempted bombing that happened this past Christmas to this flight to Detroit. You know, some imbecile apparently had underpants explosives. Just goes to show you how desperate Al-Qaeda and all them terrorists are getting. I mean, first shoe bombs, now, crotch rockets, literally. Literal crotch rockets. They're I don't know if you folks are familiar, this moron that I don't know, they got him from Africa or something. He came from some rich family that didn't really care about him. His family, I guess, threw him in some boarding school, and he was a little pissed off about it, so he was like, I'm going to go and I'm going to worship Allah, and Allah will make it all better. So, he got hooked up with a couple of morons out there in the Middle East, and, lo and behold, they told him to get on a plane and put on this, funny-looking underpants or whatever happened. I don't know. I'm speculating, of course, folks. I don't know exactly what happened, but lo and behold, this idiot tried to come into our country, come into our borders with literally bombs on his balls. I hate to be so graphic, folks, but that's exactly what happened. And you see, the reason I'm bringing this up is because I find it rather disgusting to my stomach that after this incident happened, and luckily, there were some patriots on the plane that prevented this moron from lighting his crotch on fire. I mean, I don't know how he was supposed to detonate this thing. I don't know if he was supposed to punch himself in the nuts. I don't know if he was supposed to, light his, pubes on fire. I don't know how he was supposed to detonate it, but fortunately enough, there were people on the plane that saw this moron trying to detonate this device in his crotch, and they stopped him from doing it. Now, what I find particularly disgusting is that, haven't you noticed that we've been bombarded with all this body scan propaganda? Yeah, body scans are now all of a sudden needed and mandatory. They're actually, it's bad enough that you've got terrorists putting on crotch rockets, literally, crotch bombs, but now you're going to have, the morons in the back of the stupid little screen there that are looking into your bags through the x-ray vision. You're actually going to have these morons looking at your naked bodies. Yeah, you're actually going to have some moron that, who the hell knows how they got that position of being the authority of who in the hell goes on a plane and, who in the hell is, going to get screened and, who in the hell is going to get their, anal cavity searched. I mean, whoever's in charge of this nonsense, obviously from this little crotch rocket initiative by these ridiculous, disgusting, despicable terrorists, it's obviously not working. But in no way is body scanning a remedy for this supposed, threat to America. Now, what I find funny is that this dude, this moron, this rich kid, I don't even know what you want to call this Islamo-terrorist, which, to be honest with you, he was just a spoiled brat that didn't want to go to boarding school, and they got pissed off because nobody understood him, his dad was a powerful banker in some African country somewhere. He got susceptible to this stupid Islamic garbage. I don't know if you folks are familiar with the story. I don't want to get too in-depth with the story, but I strongly advise you to look it up for yourself. This idiot posted forum post on the internet. He was a confused idiot moron. But this just goes to show you what the terrorist will do in an attempt to strike America. I mean, this is the type of recruitment that they have to do. This is how unsophisticated these terrorists are. And this is why I'm saying, folks, that, all this hyper-sensationalism of having to put body scans and anal cavity searches and, who the hell knows what they're going to put down your crotch, down your ass, up your ass. Who the hell knows what these people are trying to do? Do we really need to do this? You know what, folks? We have a model that we can base our airport security around. One of the most terrorist-hit nations on the face of the planet, and I'm talking about Israel. Yeah, Tel Aviv Air, or whatever the hell it's called. I don't know what the hell it's called, but the airlines of Israel, that doesn't happen in Israeli airlines. And they're not doing anal cavity searches, all right? They're not putting their population through body scans and having a look and see if they have the proverbial circumcision, all right? They're not out there doing that to the Israelis out there. And what I'm just saying, and I'm just asking, all right, maybe I'm just picking my nose where I shouldn't belong, but some idiot comes into the country with underwear bombs, and now we all have to pay the price and showing our fat jelly asses in front of a full body scan search? I don't think so. Folks, this is America, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh, why don't we analyze that latter part for just a second? The home of the brave. Not the bunch of pussy-whipped, liberal, long-haired ass clowns that are trying to pussy-whip everything from the American male to our English language. We are brave people, folks. We're not going to sit here and allow some stupid, dumb kid who got mixed up with a bunch of dumbasses that are, obviously ideologically driven amongst ego-driven. I mean, combine those two. Putting this poor moron with underwear bombs onto a damn a plane to go hit up Detroit, of all places. I mean, give me a break. I mean, I'm not trying to say nothing against Detroit, but I wasn't too happy at that 35,000 crowd giveaway. I don't know if you folks have read my blog. I strongly advise you folks to bookmark the blog. The blog is ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. Out there this past October, the jurisdiction of Detroit actually obtained federal stimulus funds, and the word got out there in Detroit that they had, 35, that they had funds enough to give to 3,500 homeless families and 3,500, people in need and that sort of thing. 35,000 showed up, folks. 35,000 people showed up. And let me tell you something, folks. I really don't give a crap about those people in Detroit. And I know that people are going to say, oh, Ghost, how can you say that about the poor in America? Those people aren't poor in America, you ass clowns. I mean, did you see the interviews on the clip that I posted on my blog? Go check it out for yourself. These were fat lard asses sitting here saying, oh, I'm homeless. I'm homeless and I'm living with my grandmother. I don't know where I'm going to live. But you're fat in the ass, you stupid moron. You're fat in the jelly roll ass. And you are going to sit here and tell me that you need a free handout from the American taxpayer? The American taxpayer that works for a living? I don't think so. Anyway, I didn't mean to get off on that rant about this crap, but folks, I mean, what the hell's this Al-Qaeda outfit thinking? They send a stupid moron with an underwear bomb, with a crotch rocket, with a ball bomb. I don't even know what you I mean, there's so many directions you can go with this stupid crap, and they send it to Detroit. Detroit! Give me a break. I want to hear from you. What do you think? What do you think about the crotch bomber? Let's be honest. I mean, I'm going to call this idiot the crotch bomber. I mean, you would think if you're going to be a terrorist that you want to go down with the glory, and once you go and meet Muhammad or Allah or whoever the hell you meet up there, you're going to get the 72 virgins. And when you're looking down, with your little 72, virgins with whatever trans testicles or whatever you get up there. You're looking down, and you're known as the crotch bomber? The crotch bomber. I mean, it's just terrorists don't even know what the hell they're dying for anymore. I mean, you'd think you're putting your life on the line. You would think that you want to go out with some sort of dignity, with some sort of integrity, but no, the crotch bomber, the ball bomber. Give me a break. I want to hear from you. 646-652-4869. 740, you're on the air.
Hey, what's up, Ghost? It's Tony in Ohio, man.
Hey, how's it going, Tony?
Pretty good, man. I just wanted to call in and thank you for doing my show before the holiday. I wanted to wish you a Happy New Year and everybody else.
Hey, I appreciate it. And same to you, by the way, Tony. I tell you, it's been a great holiday season. Really appreciating the family out here. A newfound respect for the family. I always respected my family. I always loved my family. But when you look at the despicable filth that is just running rampant in America today, you have a newfound respect to the genuine emotion that is created with the family. And I tell you, it almost brings me to tears here whenever I just talk about it. But go ahead. I didn't mean to get off on that tirade.
No, I really don't have much, man. I just was calling in to thank you for that. I knew I had to call in early because a lot of times your your phone number, when I try to call it, they'll say it's full and I can't get through. So I figured instead of waiting until the end of the show and not being able to get through, I'd just get a hold of you directly and call early.
What do you think about these body scans that they're trying to shove down our whole lot, especially out here in this liberal media that's real quick to take away our freedoms? I mean, some underwear bomber comes from Amsterdam, and that's another thing. Amsterdam. Well, what the hell's Amsterdam's problem letting this underwear bomber get through their lax security into our airspace? I mean, what the hell's that about?
Yeah, I got to agree with you. I think a couple of the people that were on the plane with him actually said that on CNN, that they were really surprised at the very lax security. Like, there was very little done to them. They didn't have to take their shoes off or anything like that in Amsterdam. And I think that's probably because Amsterdam doesn't really have the huge problem that a lot of the other European countries are facing yet, but they will. They're getting it slowly and surely. They're having a problem with they have a citizen income system there, and it's not what they call it, but it's what it is, and it's like everybody gets a checkup to poverty if you're a citizen or you have a legal green card, so to speak, to go to school there or whatever. And they're having more and more Muslims move there and have a lot of kids on purpose so that they can try to bankrupt their country. And they're going to get wise to it too late is what's going to happen. And as far as with the scanners, I agree with you. I think they're too quick to take away our liberty in exchange for safety, and not realizing that you lose both in the process. You're not going to get anywhere that way. You have to privatize the right for these airlines to protect themselves and their property and the citizens that they have on their planes. And a lot of that, I mean, you could either go one way, which is to say your passengers are allowed to bring their lawful firearms on board, and if something happens, then, that'll be taken care of that way. And ain't nobody with a box cutter going to take over a plane if everybody's armed, or a few people are armed, even one person. And the other way is to say that the airport could privately have armed guards on their planes. I mean, we can see that the air marshals, they don't have enough funding for it. So what's their solution? Well, let's tax the people more and we'll have more air marshals. You could have one guy on every plane with no problem if it was a private security matter, but the government wants a monopoly on our safety so that they can dictate to us what we can and cannot do with our rights, and it's ridiculous.
It's absolutely ridiculous, and I can't believe that the stupid, ridiculous media is trying to hyper-sensationalize this ridiculous, isolated incident. And, Tony, it's a little bit comforting for me when I see individuals that are on the plane that saw this idiot trying to light his pubes on fire or whatever the hell he was trying to do to ignite this stupid bomb in his crotch, to finally take it upon themselves and say, hey, wait a minute, I'm not going to let this idiot, just blow us out of the sky out here. I'm going to take things into my own hands, and if necessary, completely incapacitate this stupid little pipsqueak. And that's exactly what they did, and I think that's what we need to do as a American society. We've become so lax, we've become so complacent, not only in our own economic situations, our own political situations and social situations, but our own security situations. I mean, we can't even secure ourselves. We're so timid and so terrified. And that's why I emphasize that we are the home of the free. And I mean, I'm sorry, my damn thoughts are tongue twisted and tongue tied because I can't believe that these people are so pussyfooting around about, we got to protect ourselves, and they're willing to allow themselves to be frontally and I guess rectally demified by allowing some stranger, usually it's Juanita with the long fingernails back there. She's going to get a chance to check out your Johnson. I mean, is anybody else finding something wrong with this? I mean, this is ridiculous.
I'm not so much against it because of the fact that they're going to see my privates, although I am against that, believe me. I'm just against it because it's such a violation of your rights, period. I mean, if you want to have scanners, that's fine. I don't have a problem with scanners or whatever. But people have to voluntarily go through that type of stuff. And if you can't get a list together of people that aren't allowed on planes, you're so inept at doing that you would literally have to scan everybody naked, with this X-ray vision. It's just it just seems ridiculous. I mean, I can understand to a certain degree, but like I said, it could be voluntary. Like if you want to say me, okay, I have a permit to carry a firearm, right? So if they wanted me to go show up early, go through extra checks, go through the whole rigmarole, I'd be glad to get scanned naked so that the rest of you don't. And then there'll be somebody on the plane with a gun, and if some a-hole stands up with a box cutter and tries to cut a stewardess' throat, I'll take him out, and I'm a pretty good shot, and I'm probably not going to decompress the plane. That's largely a myth that a singular bullet is going to decompress a plane. I mean, it would take astronomical set of circumstances, for that bullet to go to the right place to do that. Sure, you might lose pressure slowly, but they'll have plenty of time to bring that plane down before you lose pressure. So,
but why are we even entertaining this? I don't want body scans in airports. I won't fly ever again if this is fully implemented. And I hear that they've always had these on site. They just never fully implemented them. They've been waiting for this federal mandate, I guess, for the next terrorist attack, for them to implement this crap. But why can't we do what Israel does? Israel has no body scans, no evasive tactics. A lot of this is based on practical damn common sense, extending the security measure not just to the people, checking bags and, checking people through metal detectors, but going as far as the idiots that are giving you the tickets and the people that are just walking around. Just random individuals, stewardess, that sort of thing. Why can't we not have the thing that Israel has? I know that some people can say that Israel racial profiles to a certain extent, but how many terrorist acts have gone on in Israel related airlines?
Well, I agree with you. I think we can learn a lot from Israel's airline security. Although I'd like to see it more privatized as opposed to just the way the government does it there with intelligence. But yeah, you're right. And as far as the racial profiling with them, maybe it does exist to a certain extent. I'm sure it does. But as you said, in their particular region, in their particular country, that's what they're worried about. They're not worried about over here where we're so ethnically diverse that it could be anybody, you know what I mean? Where, we've had white terrorists, we've had black terrorists now, we've had, every kind of Arab, whatever you can think of, there's been a terrorist. So over there, they're basically being assaulted by people that are of Arab descent. So I think it kind of makes more sense for them than it does us. Plus, I don't think have the legal restraints that we would have to do such a thing, even though, I guess it gets done, but if we don't do it nearly on the scale. But like you said, you can almost forgive them for that because, it's who's attacking them. They don't have a lot of other types of people besides Muslims attacking them, whereas over here we have, the Timothy McVeighs and your abortion Dr. Bombers, and, you've got all these different guys. So it's more diverse here, so we have less of a reason to profile, although to a certain extent we do too. I made a comment to a guy, he's a black guy, he does a show in here. I don't want to say his name just because he's not on the show to talk about what we were talking about, but I'll bring up what I said. And we were on the subject of profiling, and he said, I'm against it no matter what. And I said, let me give you a situation where you wouldn't be against it. And he goes, okay, let me hear this. And I said, you're in a group gathering, and some guys on horses with bed sheets roll in and start shooting into the crowd of people. Are you going to run toward where the black people are running toward, or are you going to run toward the white people where they're running toward? And if they're not running in the same place, you have to choose. So where would you run? And he goes, well, okay, I guess on that one occasion. I go, exactly. I go, everybody naturally in a fear situation wants to be around people that are like them. Now, that might not be look-wise. It might not be your race. It might be your religion, or it might not even be your religion. It might be you live in the same neighborhood, so you know these people, so you're going to run toward them. You're going to run toward safety, whatever is familiar to you. And it's a natural reaction. And in a mass problem like what they had at Fort Hood, you notice when they locked down the place, they grabbed two other guys and thought they might be terrorists. It turns out they weren't involved. But what was the first reaction? To grab anybody that might be. That's just the smart thing to do. And our military had no problem doing it, but for some reason our government has a problem doing it in airports. And I think they would have less of a problem if they let it be more private. Let the airports be responsible for the security because they don't want to lose business. They don't want their planes to go down. Those are their planes, So, obviously when you lose a plane, you lose money. So,
I agree. And, the government, unbeknownst to most American people out here, they've got their hand shoved up the airline's pooper, if you will, and just like they're trying to put their finger in everyone's pie out here. And I don't know if you've been keeping up to date with this, but we're very close to passing Obamacare, and once again, that's going to, screw up the country even more. But we're going to get into that in just a minute. But what's going on, Tony? I went through the holidays, and I tried to look objectively at the American people everywhere I went. I did some last-minute shopping, and I saw these what looks like the equivalent of the zombies on 28 weeks later. walking around like half dead, you know. I mean, some of these people got froth coming out of their mouth, some kind of foamy substance, and these people are walking around consuming their asses off. When this very time last year, we didn't even know if the economy was going to still even exist. Now, my question to you, Tony, is America completely lost? I'm starting to believe that this is probably it. Well, I'm not trying to sound like a defeatist. I know there's a lot of supposed, patriots out there, these teabaggers and all these people that are saying, oh, Ghost, you're a defeatist asshole. I mean, but show me something different. I know that there's been some sporadic sparses of optimism, like the uncovering of the Acorn criminality by James O'Keefe and Hannah Giles. Some of the things that have, come up as far as people opposing this ridiculous transition into socialism. But for the most part, most of these people are completely okay with this ridiculous transition into something that we were fighting against for the damn past 60 years. Are we lost? Is this over? I mean, is it done? I mean, am I right? Was I right all along? I mean, I said this because I was so pissed off, but now I'm starting to believe that it's just too far gone. There are too many losers in America. Too many losers. And
let me put it to you. I can answer that question by starting off by asking you a yes/no question. Did your family partake in at the level that they usually do in the rampant consumerism of the holiday, or did they scale it back?
Well, I mean, this is America. This is capitalism. Mm-hmm. And, if you can, afford to attain certain levels of luxuries or materials or excess, right. This is what made this country. But it doesn't define our family. Our family is our family. Whether somebody had a gift or somebody didn't have the money to have a gift, it really didn't matter. We came together, we ate, we had great times, we did a lot of family games and a bunch of innocent little family stuff, and right. I think that is what the holidays are about. I had the fortunate case to once I pretty much conducted the earlier part of the day with my family. We decided to go and hop around, a couple of other people that are within our extended family. We decided to go to their houses and check out what they're doing, just to make an appearance, so to speak, and the disingenuousness of most of these folks. And these are individuals in my extended family that I really don't talk to and really don't even want to see until the holidays, and I barely even want to talk to them then. But it's just the disingenuous measure of folks. They can't even consumption is all they are, is what I'm saying. Right. And it's not even a regular capitalist consumption. It's a consumption by any means necessary. If the government can give me money so I can consume, I'll be more than willing to accept that. If I can do absolutely nothing and sit on my fat jelly ass and obtain revenue, I'm going to do that. When capitalism was built upon, you get what you put in. Now, once again, where are we? Where are we going?
Well, like I wanted you to answer that question, and I'm glad you did, because of the example that I got out of the holiday was that there is some hope, because like people in my family that I would expect to be rampant consumers did a lot less this year. They still consumed, and I think we all did to a certain extent, but for the most part they scaled it back. And the one great example is my brother, which he usually doesn't really go out and buy a lot of stuff for people, but he always got everybody something, right? He was really into it, even as an adult, even though the rest of us adults basically don't exchange gifts too much. He just was really into Christmas, so he would do that. Well, this year, him and his wife, they have a farm, and they're very hardworking people. They run the farm 24/7. That's their, bread and butter.
Yeah, certainly.
Both literally and figuratively. And they made us candles. They made us scented candles. They made candles for Christmas, which I told them that was probably the coolest thing, because I live in a rural area as well, and where we live, the electricity goes out sometimes. You can never have too many candles. And I was like, thanks a lot. Something I can actually use, as opposed to, just some $5 card, or, you know what I mean?
And not only that, it was made by hand. It was something that put some energy and some effort into. I know in our consumer America, most people would look upon that like, oh, did you get me that? Like a bunch of ungrateful pricks. But you see, Tony, that's what we've become, man. And that's why I do these shows on a consistent basis, because people are actually catching wind of what I'm speaking. I know there's a lot of idiots out here who like to claim that I'm negative and I'm dangerous because I'm suggesting certain things. I'm putting things on the table. I'm a realist, damn it. I'm not going to sit here and be pussyfooted and subjugated through pussification and political correctness and all this other malarkey. I am going to speak the truth until they completely take away my constitutionally protected First Amendment right. And until they do that, and even if they do that, I'll go underground, I'll go to jail, I don't care. Because it's no longer America at that point, and I might as well die if you're not going to give me freedom of speech or freedom of that was accorded to me as the forefathers put it in the Bill of Rights. They might as well kill me.
Yeah, I don't want to say it's completely over, Ghost, but I would say this much. There's a good possibility that our government's over. I don't think we're going anywhere, and I don't think we're going to give up our property, but I think that the government's losing people. They keep taking polls where they're saying stuff like, do you trust your government more or less than you did last year, stuff like that, and I see them on, like CNN, MSNBC, and Fox, and they're always getting worse, and people are losing confidence more and more, and the more they do, the less legitimate the authority these people wield really is,
I hear you, Tony. I hear you, man. Well, hey, don't go anywhere, Tony. I'm going to put you on hold for a second, and I'm going to talk about some things that are on my mind. And obviously, the damn switchboard is bombarded with a whole bunch of people, probably a bunch of prank callers and a bunch of fruity asses that are, tickling their pooper thinking they're winning brownie points in some sort of cyber social circle out here by prank calling the True Conservative radio program. But I'd like to talk to you again, man, because you provide good insight, you have intellectual curiosity, and above all, you have some substance, for Christ's sake, and it's hard to get out here in America, and you're an American, Tony, and I really appreciate you, even though we have difference of opinion. You're an anarchist, and I'm a conservative, and I just appreciate the commentary that is conducted, and other people do appreciate it, so that's why I'd like for you to stay on.
No problem, man. Thanks for, having me on. I don't have no problem sitting on hold. And like I said, I just want to call in and tell you have a Happy New Year, and thanks a lot for coming on my show, because that was like the most populated chat room I ever had when you were on.
Yeah, I appreciate it, and it was a great conversation on that show also, man. So anyway, just hold on there. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a couple more callers. I want to hear from you folks. 646-652-4869. Is America gone? Is America gone? And later on in the program, I'm going to make a plea to the youth of America. I'm going to make a sincere, heartfelt plea to the youth of America in hopes of inspiring you to start practicing your constitutionally protected right, to start going out and implementing yourself politically, implementing yourself socially, implementing yourself economically. Because if you're just going to sit there and be a complacent, consumeristic imbecile who buys records that are shitted out of the fruity ass crack of Adam Lambert, and you're going to be sitting there on the boob tube watching the latest episode of American Idol, well, then you just sit there and watch your country wither from within, because people like myself, people that are true conservatives that see what's going on all around us here in America, we are going to take up our constitutionally protected rights, and we are going to make them amplified to the nth degree. Because, folks, let me tell you, I cannot sit here and continue to go quiet. I know, folks, there's a lot of people in America that screwed up their entire lives. All right, they put themselves in debts they can't pay for. They have children they can't afford. And now that all the garbage that the politicians have been doing behind our backs for the past 30 years, all the crap that these damn politicians have been doing behind our backs for the past 30 years is starting to reap what it sows in present-day America. All this garbage about spinning illegal immigration into some sort of humanitarian nonsense. This whole idea of, let's just go ahead and open our trading borders and let's send the means of production that were all here in the 80s, folks. And if you were old enough to remember the 80s, you remember that we were the bastions of capitalism. We manufactured everything in this world. But our government allowed these American-born companies that are now multinational, American-born companies that are now multinational to send the means of production that were in the United States in the 80s, and now they're in Red China. Now they're in South America. Now they're in all these ridiculous third world nations that are not only undercutting the American worker, they're undercutting every single Western country's workers in this entire world out here. And how come we couldn't see it? How come we didn't know that our politicians were doing this? How come we didn't care? Because you gluttonous, consumeristic ass clowns were out there consuming your consumeristic fruit bowl asses off. Yeah, you were out there buying $20 DVD players. You were out there buying Chinese electronical goods. Oh, yeah, you were out there consuming in the cheap products that were manufactured by slave labor in China. It's ridiculous, folks, and now it's not only extending to our manufacturing base, folks. Not only are individuals that were a part of the manufacturing base getting affected by this horrific recession, we've got white-collar jobs. White-collar jobs are being taken away. If you want to be a journalist, if you're in school for a journalist degree right now, you're an ass clown. You better change majors right away because you ain't going to have a job. You are not going to have a job unless you look like some hot tamale whore bag, or unless you got a perfect grill or something and you look like something that women want to bang at 6 in the afternoon or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I mean, that's the only way you're going to get into the media business is if you look good. I don't know if you've noticed, if you flip on the boob tube in any of the so-called mainstream media news outlets, most of these broads that are delivering the news look like straight out of damn Hugh Hefner's Playboy Mansion, for heaven's sake. I mean, if you take a look at some of these morons that are delivering the news, I mean, they got more makeup than Madonna's ass crack, for heaven's sake. Anyway, the point is, folks, is that white-collar jobs are being affected in America, and we've got all these displaced American workers. American workers, folks. I'm talking about Americans. People that have ancestry in America that trace back to the Vietnam War, to the Korean War, to world wars, to civil wars, to revolutionary wars. These are individuals that are out of place in America, that are out of work in America. These individuals are the ones that are displaced, and they're out here in a job force, folks, that they have to compete with illegal immigrants. They got to compete with illegal immigrants that are in America illegally, that are undercutting the cost of labor. That's why the cost of labor is going down, folks. I mean, I don't care what the Democrats are trying to artificially do with the minimum wage. It doesn't seem like wages are getting much higher, isn't it? It doesn't seem like wages are getting much better. It doesn't seem like you can be anything you want. The American dream seems to be fading because the opportunity seems to be scarce. And that's what America was built on, folks. Opportunity. Get that through your thick, numb skulls. Opportunity. Not handouts. Not handouts. I'm sick and tired of seeing these damn men and women of the people, these so-called liberals out here. They mesmerize these stupid simpletons in America with a bunch of political romance and a bunch of broken promises, and time again, these idiot minions in America keep going back to them like lab rats run into a food pellet. Oh, yeah, they're like, oh, liberal, bitch slap me and lie to me again so I can take it and have another. That's how it is, folks. That's how it is. And you understand, folks, that this whole international economic game that's happening in America today, this whole international economic game, we built that crap, God damn it. We built that crap. America built that. That was built on American blood. That was built on American innovation. That was built on the American free market capitalist system. And now we are suffering the consequence of a bunch of leftist hippie assholes that grew up during this flower child generation, that grew up during this bra-burning generation, that grew up during this, oh, yeah, man, 5 days of peace, love, and, yeah, Maui, wowie, we're just kicking back, dude, yeah. This hippie, leftist, Karl Marx-induced generation has infiltrated every bureaucratic system of government today in America. and now they are implementing their version of what they deem is the perfect society. And who's going to pay in the end, folks? The young people. And that's who I'd like to talk to right now. So if you happen to know any young people, if you happen to know anybody who's under the age of 30 years old, I'd like for you to give them a call. I'd like for you to give them an instant message. I'd like for you to email these individuals and tell them to tune in to the True Conservative radio program here in the next couple of minutes, because this next plea goes out to the youth of America today. And I've made many pleas out to the youth. But this one is as serious as a heart attack, because you, the youth of America, are being used and abused, and you are being held complacent by electronic devices, by liberal and feminist Hollywood, and by all these ridiculous diversions of conscience, while your future is being sold out right from under you. And this is a serious subject matter. I know there's a lot of young people out there that think that I'm just yanking this right out of my dirty bacon bit-ridden ass crack. I bet you there's a bunch of young people that are out there saying, he's an old bag, he's an old codger, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Well, let me tell you, if you believe that, you are very foolish. You are very foolish, because there are a lot of people in America today that are buying Chinese goods, that are getting stimulus package checks, that are getting free housing vouchers, that are getting free food cards, that are getting free entitlements on your name, on your future, on your children's future. And the reason they know, and the reason they are so confident in doing this right in front of your faces, is because they know that you're not going to do a damn thing about it. They know that you're not going to do a damn thing about it, and they're right. They're absolutely right. Look at you people. Well, I'm talking about you young people in America. I'm talking about the people that are under the age of 30 years old in America. You're complacent. You're not doing a damn thing. You're wandering around like a damn zombie out here. Wake up! Wake up! This is your time now. This stupid hippie generation, this stupid Woodstock, dumbass, hippie, baby boomer crap is over. It's over. This is 2010. This is your time now. The youth of America, this is your time. Just like those damn hippies started burning their bras in 1969, and they were out there, making mud sexual orgies at Woodstock. Just like all those leftists stood up in the 60s against the government. I am calling on you, the youth of America today, to start standing up for your rights and practicing your constitutionally protected rights. Because if you don't, you are going to be in something that makes Orwell's 1984 look like a trip to the damn playground, and it makes me sick. I'm talking to you, youth. I'm talking to the youth of America. I'm talking to the youth of America. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? You are being sold out, and do you care? I'm talking about anybody who's under the age of 30 and those that haven't been born yet. Those that haven't even been born yet. You think that you're going to have an opportunity? You think that you're going to be able to consume like your parents did, huh? Oh, yeah. I'm sure a lot of your parents got the nice materialistic goods, don't they? Oh, yeah, I bet you they have the big house. I bet you they have the big fancy car. But I bet you, and I'm willing to bet you any amount of money on it, that your parents, they were fighting around a lot. There was a lot of domestic disturbances, a lot of altercations based upon all this ridiculous gluttony that isn't even theirs. They got it on credit, damn it. They got it on credit. And I know for a fact that the young of America today, the youth of America, has been robbed. They have been robbed of a two-parent family system. They have been robbed of a good parent family, a good family unit. They've been robbed of opportunity. They've been robbed of everything that these gluttonous, dumbass, baby boomer ass clowns have been given. And that's why I'm calling on you, the youth of America. What are you going to do? You're going to continue prank calling ghosts, huh? You're going to continue prank calling and think that some stupid loser on the other end of the internet gives a rat's ass about your stupid prank call? You actually think that you're winning brownie points in some sort of social arena out here? You're not winning anything. You're not doing anything. You're not doing anything but destroying yourself and destroying all of your generation. Why do you think these people are so confident in just saying, oh, you know what, don't worry, we'll just blow more money. We can't pay for Social Security, don't worry about it. We'll go ahead and borrow. We'll borrow it from the Chinese. Well, that's what we'll do. We'll borrow it from the Chinese so that our children and our grandchildren and our great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren can pay for it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I'm talking about the youth of America today, folks. And I'm going to take some calls here, and I guarantee you, you're going to have a bunch of idiots prank call me. You're going to have a bunch of unoriginal, pansy-ass sounding fruit bowls that literally sound like they just popped out of the anal passage of that fruity-ass governor that had to step down in New Jersey. And you know what, folks? The reason they're doing this is because they're stupid. They have been hypnotized by liberal and feminist Hollywood. They actually believe that they're going to have opportunities out here. They think that just because they're living with Mammy and Daddy, at some point they're going to be able to stumble upon their opportunity and be able to get their own house. They're going to be able to get their own cars. They're going to be able to get their own jobs. And they're not going to do it. It's not going to happen. So I'm going to take some calls here, and I guarantee you I'm probably going to have a bunch of dumb, young, idiot kids. And they're going to sit here and prank call. And this is why our country is going down the tubes, folks. And I'm talking about the individuals that really care about this country. I'm talking about the true conservatives that care about the American family, that care about our rights, our Bill of Rights, our Constitution. I'm talking about the individuals that care about the working class. I'm talking about the bourgeoisie of America, the upper middle class and the middle class. That's why we need Lou Dobbs out here to run for president, smack these idiots around for a little bit. So if anybody knows Lou Dobbs, you tell them that Ghost said, run for president, Lou. We need you, for heaven's sake. We need somebody that's been documented through 30 years of television and commentary. We need somebody that stands for something. I'm going to take some calls here. 901, you're on the air.
Hey, I wanted to talk about this trend towards socialism. For whatever reason, the Obama administration has you caring about people you don't know more than yourself. Whatever happened to taking care of yourself and individual freedom? We don't really have that anymore. And I don't know about you, but I'm sick and tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
Everybody hear this, idiot? Everybody, and he's going to hang up on top of that. Do you hear this? This is the American youth right here in America, folks. This is why America is being flushed down the proverbial toilet. This is why these leftists that were all at Woodstock dropping acid, listening to Timothy Leary and all this crap, that's why these idiots have taken bureaucratic power of our government, and that's why you're seeing this systematic transition into communism. This is the dumbass American youth that we're talking about out here. These people are idiots. So once again, American youth, I'm talking to you. Are you going to sit here and allow imbeciles that are going to, prank call? Is this the stamp of your generation? Is this the audible stamp of your generation? I'm calling you young people out. I'm calling you young ass clowns out. Is this it? Is this what you are going to represent your generation? Is this it? 701, you're on the air.
Hey, Ghost.
What's going on?
Well, first of all, just want to wish you a happy 2010.
Thank you very much.
And I wanted to go back to that question you asked earlier about is America disappearing as we know it?
Yeah,
and I went onto Google Earth today. I mean, it looks like it's still there. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, could you come up with something a little bit better? I mean, you would think that, you're such a dumbass idiot, and you hang up. And you hang up. You see, this is how unoriginal our youth is getting, and then we wonder why they're not standing up while their parents are selling them out. It's ridiculous. I mean, and look at these morons in the chat room. They think this is so funny. They think this is such a hilarious thing. I mean, you people are losers. I mean, to be honest with you, and I'm calling out all those ass clowns because I know who these are. These are these enemy ass clowns, these morons that hang out in these stupid, dumb forums and, these absolute wastes of human life that just sit back and they get on the internet and they have no life. They got no girlfriends. If they had girlfriends, they wouldn't be on the internet trying to play with their pecker shafts with a bunch of other dudes on the internet. And these are idiots that watch this stupid anime crap, and they actually post my show on their stupid forum post, and they tell everybody, hey, let's go prank call Ghost because, well, he's calling us out for the little fruity asses that we are. We're nothing but little fruity ass bastards that like to put condoms on G.I. Joes and sit on them while we're watching anime. Oh, yeah. But this is what I'm talking about, folks. This is the American youth, and I'm talking about not all the American youth is encompassed by these stupid, despicable disgraces of human life. And I'm talking about you stupid ass clowns that deserve cancer of the cock. All right? I'm going to name the people that deserve cancer of the cock. And I'm talking about you ass clowns from E-Bombs. I'm talking about you ass clowns from 4chan. I'm talking about you ass clowns, all you dumbasses, you dumbass internet losers. All right? I'm calling out all you pieces of garbage. I'm calling out the owners of all those sites. I'm calling out the idiots that run these stupid, despicable websites. I'm calling you out. You got the balls, you give me a call. Don't have these stupid pre-teenage kids do your dirty work for you. And to be completely honest with you, with the exception of 4chan over there, Christopher Poole's dumbass, E-Bombs World, from what I understand, is ran by some old piece of crap. Some old piece of prostate-infected crap. Why isn't there some federal authority watching over this stupid website, making sure that this is not some sort of playground for some goddamn ridiculous, freaky-ass, nefarious activity? I mean, what the hell's going on here? What the hell's going on here? I mean, give me a You people are idiots! So all you idiots, 901, and I got the other idiot out there, y'all have been put on the list, all right? And believe me, I have a list, and I am going to publish it. I am going to publish it, so if anybody has some time on their hands, if anybody wants to prank call some idiots, or who the hell knows, if you want to bill something to a phone number, I'm going to give you a whole bunch of phone numbers to do it to, all right? I'm not saying to do it. I'm just giving it out for educational purposes only. That's what I'm doing. Educational purposes. That's why I'm doing it, yeah? So get educated. But I don't want to get sidetracked by those, wastes of human life that should deserve cancer of the prick. All right, I'd like to talk about the youth of America today. All right? The youth of America today. I'm calling on you to stand up, to conjure up any kind of intestinal, testicular, whatever kind of fortitude that you need to do. But go out there and try, sincerely try to go out there and initiate something that is pro-capitalism, that is pro-free market. All right? That is pro-American, for heaven's sake, because it is bad. I mean, all this is being billed on your dime. All right? I mean, this is billed on your dime. And I have enough compassion for the youth to extend my hand and hope that you idiots actually take it and say, wait a minute, Ghost is right. I mean, anybody who's under the age of 30 is literally getting an anal fist raping with no Vaseline, and they don't even get the common courtesy to get a reach around anywhere. I am talking about capitalism at its purest form. We need to bring it back, folks. I don't care about the poor in America, and I'm going to say that one more time. I don't care about the poor in America. I don't care. All right? I don't care about these people. These people make me sick. These idiots talk about how they're poor, and yet they've got iPhones on their asses there. They're talking about they're poor, and they got their nails done at $50 a pop. They talk about they're poor, but they got Dolce & Gabbana glasses and Gucci purses and all this other nonsense. Huh? Oh, yeah, they got Louis Vuitton bags. Huh? Oh, but they're poor in America, huh? Oh, I'm poor in America. Oh, my God, I'm so poor in America. You know, I was watching one of the business news channels, because that's basically where I get my news. And for all you folks that want a realist perspective of international relations and international news, watch any business news channel. Any business news channel, and you will get a realist perspective of what life really is. But I found, I was just watching it, because I do like to play the commodities market, play the stock market, currency markets, and that sort of thing. And they were interviewing some entrepreneur out of Singapore who, believe it or not, is trying to tap into the world toilet market. Yeah. He's trying to break into the world toilet market by, trying to manufacture toilets for the developing world. Now, let me explain to you what that means. He wants to build toilets for the developing world, which means in the developing world, according to this statistic, and this is off Bloomberg News if you want to look it up for yourself, these individuals, that the 2.6 billion people that are in the developing world don't have regular sanitation. They don't have regular place to take a crap, or, they don't have a regular place to take a piss, all right? They don't have any way to do that. They basically crap and piss where they eat. So the sanitation situation in most of the developing countries is horrible. It's absolutely unbelievable. So what is this Singapore guy trying to do, this businessman trying to do? He's trying to force the governments of these developing nations, force the governments into forcing their populations into buying toilets. Now, why does anybody care about this? Well, let me explain that this consumeristic, gluttonous, dumbass mentality is not exclusive to America. Of the 2.6 billion people that don't have sanitation and don't have proper place to take a crap, of these 2.6 billion people, over 80% of them got plasma screen TVs. Yeah. Over 70% of them got, phones and computers and all these electronical gadgets and all that other nonsense, and yet they're living in a freaking shack, and they have no way to take a crap in a regular toilet. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up, folks, is because that right there, in primitive form, is exactly what's happening here in America. All right? And that's exactly what's happening here in America. A bunch of morons that are, more willing to just go out and just kind of, I don't know, go out and blow money on Chinese electronic widgets and rather go out and, buy plasma screens and as opposed to actually gaining the necessities needed from your, for survival. I mean, it's just a disgrace. It's an utter disgrace. And that's what's happening in America, folks. That's why I don't care about the poor in America. I spit on the poor in America. I spit on them. Because they're not poor, all right? They are not poor. Let me tell you something, folks. I went to Austin, Texas recently, all right? And in Austin, Texas, it's one of the richest towns in America. I mean, literally, the average median income is over $60,000 a year, and there's only about a little over 900,000 people in the whole city. So it's a pretty rich city. But there is a humongous homeless situation in Austin, Texas. Now, why is there a homeless situation in such a rich city? Because the poor, or the supposed homeless in Austin, Texas, are not from Austin, Texas. No, of course not. These are transients These are hobos, these are vagabonds that are coming in from all over the country. They're coming in from all over the country because they know that imbeciles in Austin, Texas have money. And, folks, you should see these stupid, dumb hobos and these lowlifes and these disgusting, despicable homeless people in Austin, Texas wandering around out there, actually, begging people for money. They're like, oh, you got some change, man? Come on, man, I need some change, baby. Give me some change. And then when you throw some compassion to one of these idiots and you actually give them a couple of, pennies out of your pocket, you literally have like 80 hobos and 80 homeless people that come out of bushes from all which direction saying, come on, man, I need some too, man. Come on, man, I need some more money, baby. But believe it or not, folks, there was one homeless idiot, and I'm actually going to post this video here in the next couple of days. I actually, for Christmas, my wife got me one of these little flip cameras. You know what I'm talking about, these little new flip cameras. I'm not trying to promote this little piece of crap product, but it's actually a pretty decent high-definition micro HD camera. It's pretty good. Anyway, I happened to have seen this stupid hobo in, I saw this stupid hobo in Austin, Texas, right? And this idiot actually had a sign that was just unbelievably pathetic and ridiculous. And I mean, I'm not even going to say what the sign said. I'm not even going to say what this idiot had on there. But I actually had this moron. I gave him like 50 cents or something, and I actually had this moron with this ridiculous, obscene sign actually ruin his dignity, get on his knees, and say, "Welcome to the Ghost Show." I kid you not, folks. But you want to know why I did that? Because that just goes to show you that everybody is for sale in America today. I had this idiot literally get on his knees in the middle of like 5th Street or 6th Street, wherever the hell I was, and he was down there saying, welcome to the Ghost Show. So, well, lo and behold, here we are. And I'm going to post that later on. I'm also going to post, if you go by the, what do you call that, the little homeless area, the place where they, I guess, throw all the transients. That's all these people are just wandering around out there. These people are homeless, and yet they're not really hurting. I mean, if you really go up to a homeless person and ask them how much money they got, I mean, if you really ask them, they're going to come out with a wad of cash. Oh, yeah. They're going to come out with a wad of cash. I actually met one bum one time. He came into my place of business all the time, And, of course, a couple of the idiot people that work for me, they felt a little compassion for this stupid, dumb imbecile. And they let him come in and, walk around. And, if it was a cold day, let him warm up or something. I put a stop to that right away. But the reason I put a stop to that is because I asked this, stupid homeless piece of useless crap what exactly he did for a living. And he said, well, I'm homeless, man. I ain't got no money or whatever, He gave me the whole story, the typical American story. I mean, I ain't got nothing, man. But I built enough rapport with this idiot that he actually confided in me and explained how he was able to maintain sustenance being a homeless piece of crap. He actually, told me, how he did it. And he said that he actually goes all day, spends 10 hours a day walking around picking up change off the floor. Yeah. He picks up change off the floor, and according to him, he pulled out a wad of cash, a big fat wad of cash. He actually goes around for 10, 15 hours a day and just goes up and picks up change. Like some scavenger, like some stupid moron. And guess what this idiot told me he does with the money that he gets? He's got this big wad of cash, and tell me, I just want you to guess what he invests his money into. I mean, just take a guess. All right, time's up. He invests his money in the lottery. The lottery. And I swear to God, this idiot, he actually believes, he's like, yeah, baby, I'm going to hit it one day. I'm going to hit it, and it's going to be my day, baby. You know what I'm saying? And I swear to God, this idiot walks around, picks up change all day, and he goes and invests the money in the lottery. The lottery. This is America today, folks. This is America. Unfreaking believable. Yeah, scratch tickets. You're right. I mean, people are asking, is it the Powerball or is it the scratch tickets? No, this idiot, he doesn't have enough patience to stick around for the damn Powerball. He's out here, you know, looking for the quick fix. It's ridiculous. Unbelievable. Hey, look at this. The lottery goes straight to the state, you dumb redneck. No, it doesn't, poop tickler, whoever the hell you are. What kind of a name is that, huh? What kind of poop tickler? I mean, you're obviously some butt-loving fruit bowl that obviously, you know, likes to take large turds in people's bathrooms and not flush. You're that guy, I'm sure. You're sitting here trying to make a defense for the lottery? Are you kidding me? The lottery? I mean, don't you understand that most lottery systems are privatized, you stupid piece of crap? I mean, do you know that? I bet you didn't even know that. I bet you didn't even know that there's a private entity over every damn lottery system out here, damn near. And you're going to sit here and tell me to defend this stupid homeless piece of trash that picks up change off the ground for a living and reinvests it in the lottery? You're actually calling that a positive thing? You stupid, dumb, ungrateful, un-American, unpatriotic, ungrateful piece of crap! You make me sick! Makes me sick! I mean, this kind of thing gets me angry! It gets me angry because you people are ungrateful! You're ungrateful! God damn! You piece of crap! This crap out of here! I mean, don't you understand that you idiots in America had the opportunity to live like kings for the past 50 years? Live like kings! And you're trading it in to live like peasants! You're trading it in to live like a freaking peasant! And I will not go quietly in that good night! I will not live like a peasant! My children will not live like a peasant! You ungrateful Marxist pieces of socialist crap! You piece of... Can't believe this crap. Get this crap out of here. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I don't know if I'm still on the air or what the hell's going on here. I'm sorry, folks. We got knocked off the air temporarily. I threw this damn laptop across the room out here, and lo and behold, we're off the air. So I don't know if we're still on. Are we still on? Can I get some okay that you can still hear me here? All right, we're still on here. I'm sorry, folks. I got knocked off the air here. Let's go ahead and take some callers here because my chest's hurting. And let me tell you, I think I might be getting down with some sort of a sinus infection of some sort, because out here in Texas, it seems like it's hotter than a damn, flab on a tubby roll whore bag during the day, and at nighttime it's colder than Tiger Woods' bedroom. You know, it's ridiculously waving off the balance of how to calm your temperature of your body, and it's making me go out of whack here. So, got some chest pains going on. Let's go. 734, you're on the air. Hey, 734.
Me?
Yeah. What's going on?
Well, I actually called in a while ago. I wanted to. You were calling out all these E-bombs and stuff that keep calling in.
Yeah. Are you an E-bomb bastard?
No, I'm not.
I was going to say, if you are, please tell me, what's the point?
Well, actually, that's why I wanted to call. I think I know why all these people think they need to do this to...
I'd like to hear it. Go ahead. Let's hear it.
Well, they got, like, all these, like Mudkip, Barrel Roll, Never Gonna Give You Up, Over 9,000, Snakes on a Plane, Sparta, Dine in Hell, French Homeless Lolcat, Bill O'Reilly, George Zimmer, Lols.
I think we understand. I think anybody who's listened to the show knows their little tidbits that, you know, gets their cream coming out of their ball sack. But what's the point?
Well, you know, they got like Party Van, Family Guy, Slowpoke, Challenger.
Get out of here. You're in the 734-461. You're in the damn list too. All right, you're in the damn list. Anybody who prank calls, you're in the damn list. I've got like at least 20 numbers of you ass clowns. All right, I mean, I got 20 numbers, and I'm going to post that crap. I'm not going to post it. I'm going to give it to somebody, and maybe they'll post it somewhere. Who the hell knows? All right, so anybody else, keep calling. Keep calling, you ass clown. 478, you're on the air.
Hey, Ghost, how you doing? I love your show. My name is Mike from Macon.
How's it going?
It's going pretty good. I have a two-part question. The first one's probably going to make you rage, so let me get both my questions out before you talk about them. First off, I want to comment on the fact that you were talking about how during Christmas everybody was being consumist when the conservative capitalist movement depends on consumists. All right, without consumers, capitalists don't exist. All right, second question I want to ask you, and it has to do with the first one, and then you can say what you got to say, is would you like to suck my balls?
All right, 478-447-84, you're in the damn list too. Keep on coming. Keep on coming. I mean, do you understand that this idiot couldn't even say, you know, consumerism and capitalist society in the same sentence? This is how ignorant these Americans are right here. This is the American youth. This is the American youth right here. But let me answer your first question about, doesn't consumerism make capitalism? Yeah, consumerism does make capitalism. But what consumerism has done to capitalism has, kind of put it in a somewhat contradictory state. And it wasn't done in some natural process. It was induced by leftist agitation and propaganda. Now, let me explain to all you little nimrods that don't seem to understand the seriousness of the things that are going on around you. But right now, you're being subjugated through powers of suggestion. You're being subjugated through ideas that you don't even know what the hell they're talking about. Everything from Adam Lambert to, Tiger Woods to, who in the hell else knows? I mean, this is what it's about. I mean, you people, this is all you care about. And consumerism has gone beyond capitalism. You see, capitalism is about, hey, you get what you put in and you get what you deserve. So if you're going to go out there and bust your ass, you're going to go out there and continue to be innovative in the free market. If you're going to go out there and do something that's going to bring you in generated revenue so you can live that good life that you want to live, that's what consumerism is about. That's what consumerism is about and capitalism is about. It's not about redefining your whole life and basing your sole existence on consumption. And that's what this feminist and liberal Hollywood has done to our populace. They have turned our populace into a bunch of dumb, idiot numbskulls that don't know how to think for themselves, that are trying to, make their life events conspired around ideas suggested to them by a freaking movie. All right? I mean, this is what is unfortunate. All right? And there's people in here saying, no, in capitalism you don't get what you deserve. You get exploited. Well, with all due respect to all you people that feel that you're being exploited, that's because you're losers, with all due respect. All right? That's the thing about capitalism, all right? There's going to be winners and there's going to be losers, all right? I mean, not everybody deserves a freaking house, folks, all right? And that's what got us in this damn economic predicament to begin with. You had this stupid American government of ours actually, brainwashing you numbskulls into believing that all of you idiots deserved a house out here. All right? I mean, you even had Bill Clinton deregulate the financial institutions so that all you dumbasses can go get your stupid house, your $250,000 house on a $25,000 a year income. And now that, you couldn't pay for, something that wasn't yours to begin with, and it was induced by our government making you believe that having a house is an American right or something. It's not an American right, you piece of crap. I mean, there's going to be a lot of losers in America, all right? There is a lot of losers, but, with all due respect, in the capitalist game, if you lose, you can get back up and you can go at it again, all right? I mean, just ask Donald Trump. Was it 15, 20 years ago, this idiot was filing for bankruptcy. I mean, now this guy's, a rich bastard. All right? I mean, bottom line, not everybody deserves, all this crap. I mean, all those idiots that are out here with their hands out all across America, and I'm not pigeonholing any section of people. I'm not pigeonholing any demographic of people. I'm talking about everyone. Everyone in America that's out here with their hands out. I think that you, in my personal opinion, you should be put in another category. You should be put in another category because you're not an American taxpayer. An American taxpayer, in my opinion, deserves a higher grade of social acceptance than some piece of garbage that is accepting a damn entitlement from the American taxpayer. All right? And that's why I don't give a crap about the poor in America, because there is no poor in America, folks. There is no poor in America. If you find yourself, I'm struggling and I'm finding it tough and I can't believe that I can't make it. No. You can make it, you stupid, ungrateful asshole. You just want this great materialistic life that you overextended yourself on your credit, and lo and behold, you can't pay your little, credit balance each month, and now your home that you thought was yours, all right, your car that you thought was yours, all right, I mean, all that garbage that got taken away, it wasn't yours, you moron, because you didn't save up the money to buy it. You got put on credit, and now you want people like me who are fiscally responsible, who worked hard, who utilized the American opportunity and the American system to benefit themselves and their families. You want people like me to feel sorry for you losers? I don't feel sorry for you losers. All right? I don't care. I don't care about the poor in America. I don't care about single mothers in America. I don't care. And I don't care who likes it. I don't care if I lose ratings. I don't care if people think that, that's too harsh, Ghost. You can't do that. How can you say that? Let me tell you something. I can say that with a clear conscience. All right? I can say that with a clear conscience and go to bed and go to sleep at night with no problem. Because I don't care. You know who I care about, folks? You know who I'm fighting for every time I get on here and do these broadcasts? Do you know who I care about when I'm doing these blogs and all the political and conservative commentary that I'm conducting here? Do you know who I care about? I care about the bourgeoisie of America. I care about the middle class. I care about the upper middle class. All right? I care about those that want opportunity, that seek opportunity, that don't want a handout from the government, from the American taxpayer. All right? And that's why I'm saying I have no compassion for anybody in America. You know who I have compassion for? I have compassion for the children because they don't know any better and they're stupid and they're ignorant and they've been dumbed down by liberal Hollywood and their own parents' gluttony. And I care about the American working person and the American business owner. That's who I care about. If you're an American small business owner, get in contact with me. ghostpolitics@yahoo.com. We need to come together. We need, business owners from around the country need to come together and become a political force, just as the merchants did during the First English Revolution. That's all there is to it. Secondly, we need the middle class and the upper middle class that are barely struggling to keep themselves there. We need you to come out of the woodwork, folks. We need you to come out of the woodwork, and we need you to voice your opinion and say, hey, wait a minute. Why am I working to keep a bunch of losers fat? Because, folks, take a look at the poor in America. These people are fat in the ass. Now, I would show some compassion to those individuals this last October in Detroit, those 35,000 assholes that were lining up like a bunch of cattle waiting for a damn handout from the government. I would have felt just a little bit compassion if those people that were waiting out there, 35,000 of them, if they were emaciated, if they were skin and bones, if they were starving to death. Then I'd be like, you know what, that's a bad situation. Maybe, a plane needs to go over there and start throwing ham and cheese sandwiches on these people. I don't know. Okay? I don't know. But to be completely honest with you, I don't understand how America has grown into this acceptance that the American taxpayer, the people that are working, because folks, you're literally paying to go to work. You're paying to go to work. Every time you go to work, you're getting taxed. You're paying to go to work. And who are you paying for to go to work? You're paying for these stupid losers. And not only are you paying for these stupid losers, you're paying for our government who is using our tax-paying money to implement this authoritarian garbage. Now, to be completely honest with you folks, I'm getting down to the point, and maybe I'm losing my mind a little bit. Maybe I'm going a little loco. But I really don't give a crap what they do to these idiots that are collecting all these entitlements. I don't care. I really don't give a crap. I'm tired of seeing these losers. I'm tired of walking around Texas and seeing, especially South Texas, especially at San Antonio, for heaven's sake. You're talking about the colon of America. You're talking about the colon of humanity. San Antonio, Texas. What a disgusting, despicable pissing ground, mud hole. And you can tell anybody in San Antonio I said that. But these people are literally shitting out 8 kids from 8 different fathers. They're getting everything from housing voucher programs to, listen to episode number 117, I believe. Listen to episode 117. I go line by line on what programs are being given to these ridiculous, disgusting, despicable dish rag whores that are out here shitting out 8 children. Yeah? It's just unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. I can't stand, I don't really care what happens to the people that are collecting entitlements. As far as I'm concerned, they are below the taxpayer. As far as I'm concerned, they are below the taxpayer. Because that's who I'm talking. That's who I care about. I care about the taxpayer. I care about the American people that make a contribution to this country. Because, folks, everything would be just fine. This would be a great country if everybody would have just shut their fucking mouths and went to work and did their fucking job. All right? All right? Everything would have been just fine had everybody just been done their stupid jobs instead of sitting here, it's too hard and I've got repetitive stress syndrome, and I can't do it, and I got workman's comp, and oh my God, it's ridiculous, utterly ridiculous. But you people couldn't even do your jobs. That's the only contribution that you ungrateful assholes had to do for America. You just had to do your job. That's all you had to do was do your damn job, and you couldn't even do that. You could not even do that. And now, you idiot, I don't care if my language is offensive, you stupid piece of trash. All right, piss off. I don't care. All right, I don't care. Once again, let me repeat this to all you stupid morons. I don't care if you listen to me. I don't care if you like me. I don't care if you think that I'm right, if you think that I'm wrong. I don't give a crap. All right, I don't. I do not care. Because what I care about is the American people, the real American people, the American working people. Not you stupid losers that are out here taking up for these damn single dish rag whore mothers and these stupid dumbass idiot poor in America. Oh, I'm poor in America. Give me a break. And I want to hear, are you poor in America? If you're poor in America, you shouldn't even be listening to this conversation. You shouldn't even have enough money to get a damn internet connection. You shouldn't even have enough money to afford a computer, So if you're poor in America, you shouldn't even be here, you stupid dumbasses. But you see, that's how stupid these dumbasses are. This is how dumb liberals have gotten our American public. This is it. Anyway, let's listen to some more prank calls from our disenchanted American youth that are being sold out by their folks, shall we? Hey, 734, you're on the air. I know you're a little ungrateful piece of crap, so go ahead. Let's hear your little stupid rant, you stupid, ungrateful, fruity-ass sounding bastard. Just go ahead.
Hey, actually, I wanted to respond to a couple things you said.
I don't want to hear your response. I want to hear your little stupid, dumbass little rant, your little E-Bombs world, your little Chris Pool worshiping horse crap. I want to hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear your little shtick.
I was actually hoping to have some good conversation.
Yeah, shut up. You sit there and shut your mouth. You sound too fruity to have a conversation with me. All right? You sound like some scared little pansy ass that just got bitch slapped and taken for his lunch money. Stupid fruity bastard. 812, you're on the air.
Hey, yo, nigga, this be Leroy Johnson, man.
Man, you sound too fruity to act black, son. All right? I mean, that's one thing I can give to at least these black gangsters out here. They're the only ones acting like they got a pair of balls. You know? They're the only ones acting like they got a pair of balls out here, and you sound like you just popped out of Webster's nutsack. All right? That's how weak and disgusting you sound like. I don't want to hear any more fruity-sounding voices. I don't want to hear them. So if you sound like a fruit bowl, I am not going to hear you. I'm not even going to listen to you. All right? You're a fruity-ass bastard, and I don't want to hear it. All right? 908, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yeah. Turn down the radio. 908, you're on the air.
Oh, am I on? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're on. Yeah, you sound too fruity to be on here anyway. Grow a pair of balls and go tell your mommy why she left your daddy for something that looks good in a leather jacket, and she was left home alone, having to take care of your little stupid pansy ass, and lo and behold, you sound like some fruity-ass trans-testicle fruit bowl standing on a corner looking to turn tricks behind a dumpster. Get off! 559, you're on the air. 559, you're on the air. That's right, you better hang up, boy. 650, you're on the air.
All right. Earlier you were saying, like, how true Americans, they have a lot of, like, ancestry in America. I mean, I was wondering, what do you think about some immigrants that come to America and they actually hold a legit job and they actually make money and they're not, like...
What, are these illegals?
No, legals.
Well, if they are legitimate nationalized citizens, I have no problem with nationalized. They went through the bureaucratic mechanisms of our government to obtain citizenship. I have no problem with that. I have a problem with illegal immigrants coming into this country, not only undermining the cost of labor, but taking entitlements. They are actually taking entitlements that are paid by the American taxpayer, and these people pay no taxes. Yeah, that's why I'm completely against. I'm against the illegal immigrant.
Me personally, I think how someone's determined by being American is by their abilities to suck their own cocks.
Yeah. Okay. 650-868-33.
All
right. You just got put on the list there, buddy. All right. Here, I'm gonna post your I'm gonna post your number in the chat room just for that. Here, everybody, prank call this idiot all night. We're going to continue to do. I swear to God, I'm not joking with you stupid, ungrateful pieces of garbage anymore. Call at your own risk, you piece of crap. Call at your own risk. I'm going to tell you how many people are on the list here, just to show you. All right, just to show you that I'm not BSing around and I'm really serious about this crap. So if you happen to fall in in one of these categories, you're in deep trouble. All right, 417-814-334-818. 619-973-812-670-815. I mean, I can go on and on, folks. This is a humongous list that I am obtaining from all you stupid dumbass clowns. All right, all of you dumbass clowns. I got all this, and I'm just going to give it to a random person because they're inquiring about it, and I'm just going to let them do whatever they want to do with it. I don't know what they'll do with it. I don't know if they're going to call everybody. I don't know if they're going to, who the hell knows, go into, fruity bathrooms and say for a good time, call this fruit bowl, and, he likes to take it up the pooper or whatever. I don't know what the hell they're going to do. I don't know. 646-652-4869 is the number to call. We're going to keep taking callers here, all right? Keep taking callers. 601, you're on the air.
Hey, Ghost, I had a comment for the people that said they were going to sue you if you post their numbers. Bear with me. It's a quote from a page. According to the Privacy Act of 1972, Section 552A, subsection 93, prohibits the public disclosure of information for intentionally malicious purposes and is a misdemeanor. So you are shit out of luck, sir.
And you think that I'm scared? You think that I'm scared that you're reading me some statute? You idiots are prank calling. You idiots are committing harassment. All right? So you call at your own risk, you stupid dumbasses. You better be scared. All right? You better be scared, you stupid morons. I don't blame you for trying to. All of a sudden, these kids are getting smart, right? Oh, in 1978, under the Telecommunications Act, shove it up your cheese hole, you dumb, scared little peach fuzz on the balls having fruity asses. Do you think I give a crap? I don't care. I do not care. I don't think that you people really understand what I mean when I say I don't care. I don't. Because you people don't care. All right? Because you ass clowns don't care. That's why I don't care, all right? I mean, you people are sitting here, and you are prank calling my show and exposing your numbers. I've got all your numbers here. So I've been saying time and time again, you call at your own risk. E-bombs and all you little fruit bowls that Christopher Poole worshiping dumbass little anime 4chan and all that other crap. You idiots call at your own risk, all right? All right, don't cry. I don't say, oh, I'm going to sue you. You know what? I don't care. I don't care. If you're that scared, you shouldn't have been, oh, look at me. I got a big pair of balls, and I'm going to call Ghost's show, and I'm going to win brownie points with that fat jelly-ass bimbo that I finger bang in private message chat on Yahoo Messenger. I mean, this is it here, all right? This is what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm not doing anything. People are saying, "Oh, you're doing this the wrong way, Ghost. You're doing this the wrong way." I'm not doing anything the wrong way. You know who's doing things the wrong way? The American people. That's who's doing everything the wrong way. The American public. I mean, just listen to these idiots that are calling my program, folks. This is a prime sample of our country. This is why we're in this situation that we're in, folks. It's not a damn accident. It's not some coincidence that we're in these precarious times and these American people are this stupid. They're stupid! And I know that not every American person is stupid. I know that not every American person falls under the categories of stereotypes that I convey on this program. But, folks, a group is defined by its majority. A group is defined by its majority, and right now it seems to me that the majority of the American people that are actually participating in this political process are the scumbag assholes that are in Wall Street and all the losers that are out here thinking that they're going to get a little bit of Obama's stash, baby. I'm going to get some of Obama's stash. I need some Obama money, baby. These are the people that are dictating the political events. These are the people that are dictating economic situations in this country, folks. Do you understand that this whole idea of hold hands and sing kumbaya and praising every human being as if there's some gift to life itself, it's over, all right? This whole idea of, oh, yeah, we need to hold hands and sing kumbaya, and we need to save everybody. We need to feed everybody. We need to have, everybody needs a house. Everybody needs a car. No, 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 they don't. Only the people that deserve those things can have those things. Only the people that put in get what they deserve, not some ungrateful, useless piece of waste of human life. Because, folks, let me tell you something. If you are collecting an entitlement, that's what you are. I mean, let's be honest. Obviously, you have shut your brain off. If you're collecting an entitlement, you have shut your brain off. You have completely kept whatever personality that, you've had ever since you were a teenager, because obviously if you're collecting an entitlement, That's where your mind probably still is, in the teenage phase. You haven't grown up. All right, you're a complete obnoxious waste of human life. If you're not going to continue to learn, if you're not going to continue to inform yourself, if you're not going to continue to educate yourself, so that you can be ahead of the game, so that you can adapt with economic situations, so you can adapt with the free market, then you are a loser in my book. You are a loser in the working man's book. You are a loser in the business world. And folks, I know there's a lot of people out here think that I'm a bad man for saying these things, but I don't care. I don't care, folks. Not everybody's meant to be a winner in America, all right? And to be completely honest with you, I would rather be poor in a capitalist free market America than the regular proletariat in the damn communist America, or a communist country. I'd rather be poor in a capitalist country than a regular schmo in some communist society, man. But no, you morons, you all want to be peasants. And I'm not going to let that go, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not going to let it go. I know there's a lot of people that are saying, "Oh, Ghost, why are you so hurtful? Why are you so ungrateful?" I mean, I'm not ungrateful to the people. I love the American people. I hate the American losers, all right? I mean, that's what I dislike. I can't stand them. I'll be completely honest with you, folks. And I'm not saying any race of people. I'm not saying any group of people. I'm talking about there are losers in all shapes and sizes, all different colors, walking around America. All right? I mean, there are white pieces of fat jelly-ass trailer trash that are waddling their fat asses all over Texas. There are ungrateful, dumbass, imbecilic, hot tamale whore bags that shitted out 8 children from 8 different fathers that are walking around the face of Texas out here. And because our federal government is so compassionate to people that mess up their own lives on their own accord, the American taxpayer is supposed to take care of these ungrateful pricks. And let me tell you something, folks. I'm not going to do that, folks. I'm not going to show compassion to that. I'm not going to show compassion to people that don't want to show compassion to themselves. They have no self-integrity whatsoever. I show no compassion to you people. If you're collecting an entitlement, you're a piece of garbage. I spit on you. I mean, let's be honest. You are subhuman as far as I'm concerned. All right, I mean, in my opinion, that's my view, folks. I mean, I'm not saying for everybody to go ahead and think like that. I'm just saying that, I mean, how can you sit here and call yourself the same caliber of American as myself and as other working American people when you're collecting the damn entitlement off our dime? You ungrateful pricks. All right? I mean, you're an ungrateful prick, all of you dumbass, ungrateful pieces of, "Oh, I'm poor in America" crap. I mean, it's just, bottom line, I'm disgusted. I'm sincerely disgusted with our country. And look at this. The rich have been stealing from the poor for years. Aw. The rich, they've been stealing from the poor for years. Aw. Are you kidding me, you ungrateful pieces of garbage? This was the greatest country on the face of the planet. We created the free market capitalist system. We created the international economic game, you dumbasses. All right? I mean, everybody lived large, and, it was a great time out here. Everybody got fat and got their great products and their house appliances and their big TVs and their big cars. Everybody took advantage of everything they want, and because they couldn't pay for it, it's my fault, huh? It's my fault. Unbelievable. And let me tell you something, folks. I don't care. I know there's a lot of dumbass, probably poor ass clowns that are in here. They probably got a connection from the free Obama broadband program or whatever the hell it's called, and they're probably up here pissing and moaning because they know they're never going to be successes in life. And it's not because of anybody else's fault but themselves. And that's what America used to be about. We used to take responsibility for our own actions. And with all due respect, if you're an idiot, if you're a dummy, if you're just some pathetic waste of human flesh, well then that's what you are. you're nothing. You're useless. I mean, don't pass go, don't collect $200. Get the hell out of here as far as I'm concerned. All right? I mean, that goes for everybody that doesn't want to make a contribution to our great country. And what's the contribution? Just do your freaking job. Do your freaking job. But we can't even have these ass clowns doing that without them, trying to maneuver some sort of ridiculous litigious workers' compens crap just so that they can sit on their fat asses, all right? Sit on their fat jelly asses and just, keep collecting an entitlement or a free damn money in the bank. It's disgusting. It's really disgusting. Anyway, Tony, you still there, man?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Are you watching the chat room? Are you seeing what's going on here? This is the America that we're dealing with here, Tony.
I'm fighting frantically to try to ignore them all, and it's so difficult because they keep popping in and out, and you can't keep track of them all.
I mean, this is what I'm talking about, Tony. I mean, the reason I get a lot of criticism for allowing you to speak so often on my show. But the reason I allow you to speak so often and we disagree on, the certain political aspects is you're providing substance on the debating table, Tony. It seems to me that, there's very seldom people that actually provide some sort of political substance, let alone know about substance altogether. And given the fact that you're 30 years old, I mean, it gives me some optimism to realize that not all these ungrateful, youthful, disgusting products of Hollywood and, Adam Lambert and all this crap, not all these individuals are being swooned by the propaganda, and it's good to hear independent thinking individuals like yourself, Tony. That's why I always let you talk, and for all these ass clowns that are saying, oh, no, not again, I mean, go shove it up your cornhole.
I don't know why they have such a bad problem with me. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm just giving my point of view. I mean, it's kind of really American, ain't it? And basically, what you were talking about earlier was something I'd like to make a point on, if you don't mind. You were talking about capitalism, and in a free market, when there's not mercantilism and cronyism and stuff, this kind of exploitation that they're talking about in the chat room and stuff, that stuff doesn't happen. And they can argue that it does, but here's my example that it doesn't. Capitalism, if it's a free market, allows people to do the minimum to get by. You don't have to be an entrepreneur. Some people really make the reasonable choice that they would rather have more time with their family or whatever. So, I mean, that's part of capitalism. That's part of the beauty of it. You have the freedom in a free market to do whatever you want, as far as you want. You can be a workaholic and work on all the holidays, or you can take your holidays off like most people do, or you can go to the furthest extreme and be some homeless guy picking up change off the ground like you were talking about. That's a scavenger, but nonetheless, it can exist in a country as rich as ours when we have a free market and can create wealth. And another thing that you said was great was that you were saying that consumerism isn't the cornerstone of capitalism, and you're right. It's an aspect to it, and it's a large aspect, but it's not the cornerstone. The cornerstone is savings, because if you have no savings, then you can't create businesses. You can't create the situation where people have more money to spend. It's just common sense that in your own household, you don't want to spend more money than you're taking in. If you're going by the consumerist philosophy, say, of the government, where we have today 70% of our economy is consumption, that means that you're spending 2/3 more than you're able to bring in. So, I mean, that would be, common sense. You'd say, no, I wouldn't do that at my own house. I can't do that. I can't forever keep putting myself in debt. They won't keep giving me credit. You have to have a savings that outweighs your expenditures. Now, a lot of people struggle with that, and some people just live paycheck to paycheck. Many people do. But nonetheless, it's a savings in the way that you get the paycheck. The money is yours to spend freely, but you choose to spend it on your bills as opposed to spending it frivolously and going further in debt. And that's what runs the economy. Now, I wish we had a better currency where we had less inflation. You wouldn't have to, deal with the problem of our money losing value, and you could save more. Your savings would retain value and mean more. I know that's not the case. It's a perfect world scenario, I guess, but don't blame it all on capitalism. Don't blame it, and say, oh, well, consumerism is capitalism. That's not the case. That's what ruins capitalism.
Absolutely, and it's ruined this great capitalist society, Tony, because these individuals have superseded every other thought process, every other motivating factor for humanity in place of consumption. I mean, these people would sell their children if you gave them enough money to do it. These people would sell their wives for a night if you gave them enough money to do it. These people would sell their husbands. I mean, it's really a disgrace what has happened to our country. And I'm not against consumerism. I know there's a lot of idiots that are, trying to use some sort of logical fallacy in an attempt to try to nullify my commentary and saying that, well, you're against capitalism, Coast, if you're against consumerism. But no, absolutely not. You're right, Tony. It's consumerism that's what's got us here. It's savings that's what gets us true capitalism and true free markets. And I think that everyone has overextended their credit, even though I believe credit is a necessary financial instrument to obtain large amounts of wealth if played properly and responsibly, and if one takes responsibility for those debts. And what these idiots out here in America just don't understand is the fact that the reason America fell was because of our own stupidity. We got so ridiculously irresponsible with consumerism, and we had a deregulated financial system, which I believe is just fine. I mean, although there could have been something done to the individuals that were capitalizing on the loans, I mean, this was very compartmentalized operation that inevitably led to this debacle in the financial world. But what ended up happening is that because of the deregulation, you had these loan officers at banks everywhere giving anybody and their brother a loan for a car or a loan for a damn house, even based on, fictitious employment situations, fake pay stubs, and that sort of thing. There wasn't a true investigative method on figuring out if these individuals that were getting the secured debt were going to be able to pay it off. And because nobody, well, at least was it more than 70% or 60%, whatever the hell it was, couldn't pay off these loans, this is why our country is in such a precarious situation. And I don't understand why no one seems to understand this. Instead, we've got a whole idealism towards, demonizing capitalism for this ridiculous debacle, when in actuality they need to blame nobody else but the person looking in the mirror.
That's right, and that's because the government won't prosecute people for fraud that did things wrong. They won't go. They bailed out the banks instead of saying, "Look, you're guilty of fraud. You took a loan, you purposely sold it immediately because you had no intentions of keeping it because you knew the person couldn't pay it, but you knew you could sell it to a foreign bank or to another bank in the United States, perhaps in another state, perhaps in your state, and this was not considered fraud. Nobody was prosecuted. That is fraud. That's not a free market activity. You can't, give a loan to somebody and say, well, I know they can't pay it, so I'm going to defraud the next guy and sell it to him as a bag of goods, and that way it'll be his problem, and I got my money, and who cares? And that's exactly what they were doing.
And you're exactly right, Tony, and I think that these individuals, especially at the low end, because that's really where it started, and then, as you said, I'm sure people at upper level or regional or, however the corporate bureaucracy is, because no one really owns a bank. Right. I mean, unless it's a small institution of individuals who decided to put their money together for a small bank, but, I mean, they would have to have some pretty big capital to do such a thing. So most of the time, it's more than likely a publicly traded company.
Right, like the Federal Reserve banks are not, like, specifically owned by specific individuals, yeah.
Exactly, and what happens here is that, you've got a bunch of people in this bureaucratic mechanism of power, that sees an opportunity because, they're trying to get their own wallets fat. And I honestly believe it starts from the loan officer, and it goes from the loan officer to the individual who actually oversaw the actual loan. And just as you said, they knew that these idiots were not good for whatever the damn loan was, so they sold it off to some foreign bank, or they put it under the AIG insurance so that they could, even though the moron couldn't pay the secured note, that the AIG insurance would cover it.
Yeah, that was the major way they did it, exactly, yeah.
Exactly, that's exactly what they did, and what happened is that, AIG had so many of these damn insurance policies filed because these idiots didn't pay for their housing notes and their car notes that it threw our damn economy into a whirlwind, man. So what I'm saying is, I think we're done for, Tony. I mean, I hate to be such a damn defeatist, but, aside from you and maybe a few other individuals that are listening into the chat room here and individuals who email me up who I correspond with, I don't think that the majority of America thinks as rationally as you and I.
They might not, and you might be right that we're in for a serious decline, but I would venture to say that you go into a decline like that, and we're not going anywhere. We own property, so on and so forth. I mean, I don't see it like this coming down to some army invading us from a foreign military or something. I think the government's just going to lose itself with political capital. It's not going to have any, and it's going to become basically defunct, and this country's going to have to wake up and take a strong look at, all right, if a company can file bankruptcy, then so can we, and if they can pay their creditors, so much on the dollar, then so can we. And because, there's got to be a reasonable way to go to the world and say, look, we know we sold you bad stuff, but you bought it. That's capitalism. You wanted to play. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it's a breath of fresh air that you're bringing up these ideas, because nobody talks about this kind of crap.
We're going to have to. There's no way we can enslave our kids to like 70% tax rates, or our grandkids, or our great-grandkids, whatever the projections are. I don't have them right in front of me. But, I mean, the GOA has got a lot of projections about entitlements and stuff. And in order to pay a lot of this stuff, you're looking at 70% tax rates for, like grandkids, great-grandkids. We can't do that. We can't possibly leave our kids that kind of America. You know what I mean? So we're going to have to claim bankruptcy. We're going to have to pay our creditors pennies on the dollar, and they're going to have to work with us. And they don't have a choice, really, because there's no decoupling in this globalist economy. They've globalized it to the point where if we go down, they go down with us.
Well, but you have China, they're making a move on trying to get the World Bank or one of these international financial institutions to actually comprise some sort of international currency. And once that happens, I mean, there is no need for America, Tony. I mean, the whole financial system as a whole globally is defined by the integrity of the American dollar. Now that the American dollar has completely gone kaput, you have basically rogue currencies. You could compare it to the situation post-Federal Reserve closing after Andrew Jackson closed the first Federal Reserve. I believe it was the first Federal Reserve he closed.
The U.S. Bank, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, every state had their own currency. I mean, who the hell knew which currency was more sound than the others? it was really, really scary situation. I've read about those times after Andrew Jackson closed Federal Reserve, and it was a really tough time for America.
I mean, you're right. If we lose our currency as being the world's reserve currency, then I'm going to start crossing over to your side of the argument that it might be, batten down the hatches, bad times are ahead, and we're going to have to, come up with a whole new, set of people in there, because we don't want to get rid of the Constitution. Neither of us do, I don't believe.
I don't want to get rid of the damn Constitution, no. Tony.
No,
but I do believe, though, Tony, and I don't mean to sound like some kind of a heartless bastard, but I do believe that maybe, the Constitution doesn't fully apply to individuals that are milking a living off of the American taxpayer. And I'm talking about Wall Street bastards, too. I'm not just talking about the poor in America. I know there's a lot of people that think that I'm such a heartless prick because I don't care about the poor in America, but I don't care about anybody milking the American taxpayer. Wall Street, bankers, losers, all these people are not to the same caliber as those that are protected by the Constitution, in my opinion. I don't think that I think these people are in a different class altogether.
I'll agree with you in one sense, that the Constitution doesn't allow us to have this crazy system we have now. That it only allows us, and we don't have it, unfortunately, a free market system. And if we had a free market system, people that wanted to be lazy and just live off other people would go to like little communes or whatever and do whatever they want. Just like the Amish have communes. I mean, they don't live off each other like that, in the lazy way. But obviously those things collapse in a free market, because if everybody wants to be lazy, it's not going to work. You have to be like the Amish and be very industrious in your labor and so on and so forth. So, I mean, you could do that. You can try it out. But when they see it doesn't work, they're not going to stay there and be without. You know what I mean? They're going to enter the free market. You and I know that it's just the natural human instinct to have a profit incentive. Even if you just make a trade, there's a perceived profit.
Certainly. I mean, there was definitely a perceived profit during the bartering times, before currency, I mean, during gold trading, that sort of thing. But what I'm saying here is that what is going to rebound us into a free market society? We have too much debt. We consume more than we produce. There's no kind of base to employ the amount of people that are displaced out of work. There's not going to be the amount of economic revenue, the amount of exchange of goods and services that they were in previous times to allow opportunities for individuals, whether it's individual independent operations for business, or independent operations for sole proprietorship, or independent operations just to have a decent job anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just saying, I mean, you know, I don't see this problem remedying itself. Our American people are more than happy. They're more than willing to accept anything that the liberals are saying as far as giving. You know, they think they're actually getting free health care with this federally mandated health insurance plan that's about to be implemented here. They actually think they're getting universal health care. They actually think that, you know, this is a great America because they get, what was it, $700 in a stimulus package check. It's really disgusting, Tony. And that's why, you know, the only reason I come up here is for individuals like yourself and other individuals who understand what the free market system is. Sometimes in a free market system, we're going to bite the bullet. That's what makes the free market system the free market system. It's unpredictable. All right? I mean, just because you made the badass business today doesn't mean it's going to be the badass business tomorrow. And that's what a lot of these ass clowns in America don't understand. They think that, oh, I opened up a successful business, I can sit on this for 50 years, or, oh, I got a job and I can live off this for 20 years. It doesn't work that way in this modern free market system. Yeah, and I think that the sooner we get that across, Tony, and the sooner that these people penetrate that through their thick, ungrateful, gluttonous skulls, I think the better off we'll be as America, but I don't see it.
Yeah, the only hope I have for, you know, the angle that I come from, why I have hope and stuff is because, like, the Tea Party movements, I don't stand for everything they stand for, but at the same time, like, I don't remember a time in my life where I would speak to people and so many people out of, like, a crowd, like, you know, would agree, or they would be gathering for something, you know, like, you know, against what the government was doing. And it's like we're living in a time with a lot of turmoil, but more and more the government loses legitimacy, and more people are, like, waking up to the fact that, you know, they're not doing us right no matter who we put in there. And it's, you know, I don't know, it gives me some hope to see that people that used to just blindly say, oh, the government's benign or the government's good, is starting to realize it is a malignant thing, and it has to be kept small. And, you know, I run into more and more liberals that want term limits and want an end to monetary lobbying. These are all important steps to getting back to the republic, whether they think so or not. I don't care what they think. I know that they're on the right path, whether they want to do it for the wrong motives or not. I don't care. I know that it'll work for our motives, for what we would like to see happen to this country.
I heard that, Tony. Anyway, I want to thank you for calling up, man. You want to plug your show here?
It's just Blog Talk Radio, Tony in Ohio. You can click on my name in the chat room, anybody that's there, and go to the archives. I don't, off the top of my head, know the exact. I think there's a couple forward slashes in there. If I'm not looking at it, I can't tell you.
All right, man, no problem. But it's Tony in Ohio at Blog Talk Radio, so...
Yeah, you just search that with, you know, capitalize the T, the I, and the O, and the 3 words, but keep it all, like, together as one word, and you'll find me.
All right, Tony. Well, thank you for calling in. It's always a pleasure, man.
Yeah, likewise, man. Great show, and Happy New Year to you.
Thanks a lot, and the best to you, and a Happy New Year to you and your family, Tony. Anyway, I got 2 minutes left, folks. I want to end it with this, all right? I don't know how often I'm going to do these programs anymore, folks, because, you know, frankly, you know, all I get is nothing but a bunch of grief from a bunch of ungrateful, snot-nosed, freckle-faced, red-headed, beaten stepchildren that are probably, you know, so hyper-inflated with ridiculous, dumbass entertainment and video games and Grand Theft Auto and 50 Cent and all this other malarkey that they don't know their asses from their elbows. They don't know that they're being sold out right from underneath their noses, and they don't care! So I don't know when I'm going to do a show, but if you want to help the chances of me doing a show more frequently, well, then go to the blog. Go to the blog. I'm going to be blogging tonight. ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. Go to the blog and check out some of the sponsors. It's just a freaking click. I'll monitor the damn thing. If y'all are clicking on that thing like it's going out of style, I'll have a show every goddamn day. I'll have a show every day. But you ass clowns are too lazy to do that. So ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. Go out there, check out some of the sponsors, support the True Conservative radio program if you want to hear this show more frequently than the sporadic broadcast that I conduct. And at the same token, folks, send me an email. Send me an email. I want to hear from you. ghostpolitics@yahoo.com is the email address to to send your emails to ghostpolitics@yahoo.com. And, of course, folks, follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. It's the best way to figure out when I'm going to conduct another one of these broadcasts. And the name to follow is Ghost Politics, folks. Anyway, I want to thank everyone for tuning in to the True Conservative Radio program. Once again, it was a free format show. We were just talking about anything and everything. And, of course, we had these ungrateful, stupid, dumbass young people prank calling up thinking they're winning brownie points with some sort of cyber poontang on the internet or something. But they're only proving my point. They're only proving my point. Now, I think we're about to go off the air here in a couple of seconds. But for you folks that want to listen in, give me a call. 646-652-4869 is the number to call, because that's the only way that you're going to hear the last part of this True Conservative Radio show. But once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I think we're off the air at this time. But once again, folks, ghostpolitics@yahoo.com. And don't forget to check the blog, all right? ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. Anyway, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. And what's really unfortunate, all right, what's really unfortunate is that everyone points to me as if I'm the bad guy, as if I don't have some sort of a heart, because I don't care about the poor in America, all right? I mean, I don't really care about the poor in America, and it's not because, you know, they're in a bad situation. Like I said, folks, had I seen those individuals that are posted on my blog that were back waiting for an Obama handout this past October, the 35,000 that were waiting out there in front of Detroit, waiting for, quote-unquote, Obama's stash, I mean, if I saw those people and they were emaciated, they looked like those poor folks in third world nations, maybe I'd feel sorry for them. You know, maybe I would come out my own pocket and throw some charity their way, but they're not, folks. All right? They're not. These idiots, these imbeciles are fat, bloated, disgusting, tubberlard assholes, folks. And I ask you this, do poor people get fat? They don't. Anyway, folks, if you're listening to this, you're probably listening to me in the archive. But, folks, last program I announced a contest on anyone who can, you know, make some sort of a viral video about the True Conservative Radio program or some sort of a website, anything, a blog, I don't care what it is, something creative. And we have had a couple of people out here post a couple of things, and, of course, the winner of this particular little contest that I'm going to have go on, the winner's going to get a $20, what the hell did I say? What the hell did I say I was going to get? Hold on, let me go get it. It was going to be a Republic of Texas currency bill, all right, back in the old days when the Republic of Texas was its own country. It's a $10 bill. A $10 bill from the Republic of Texas in decent condition, folks, in pretty good condition. I mean, this could retail anywhere from, what, $200 to $500 minimum? I mean, there's a lot of people that collect these notes, and this is an original note signed by Sam Houston, November 1st, 1937, or 1837, excuse me. It's bill number 1385 for all you collectors out there. And, of course, folks, the offer still stands. As a matter of fact, as soon as I get off this broadcast, that's the first blog I am going to be posting on ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. That's what I'm going to do. All right? That's what I'm going to do. So, folks, if you happen to be listening in, and you really want to spread the word about the True Conservative Radio program, and you want, you know, to get, you know, a little piece of Texas history that could be worth a couple of $100, well, I want you to get creative, folks. All right? I want you to get creative. I want you to go out, and I want you to make some sort of an extravagant viral video. I want you to make something creative. I don't care if it's a website, a video, an image. I don't care what it is. But, folks, I want you to spread the word about the True Conservative Radio program, because everybody needs to listen to this commentary. Everybody needs to listen to the True Conservative Radio show. So I'm calling on you folks, and I'm giving you a little bit of an incentive. I am going to post the pictures of the Republic of Texas $10 bill in question that I am giving away, and I want you to go out there and get creative, folks. All right? I want you to go out there and get creative. I want you to go out there and get some viral video and make sure everybody knows about the True Conservative Radio program. I want to break the servers of Blog Talk Radio because they're not going to be able to withstand the amount of live broadcasts that are going to be streamed around all over the world. All right? I mean, that's what I am begging from you. I am extending my hand to you. So please, go out and spread the word about the True Conservative Radio program. Go out and make a viral video. Get as creative as you want. I'm going to blog about this evening. For more information, for more details, please go to the blog, ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. I'm going to be posting pictures of the $10 bill tonight. I'm going to be posting, other stipulations, other rules and that sort of thing, and we're going to be picking a winner. I'm going to actually name the deadline on the blog. So make sure to check up on that, folks. And I'm serious. I mean, this little $10 Republic of Texas bill that's signed by Sam Houston, it's worth like $200 minimum. Minimum. So, folks, please, go out there, get creative. All right? Go out there and get creative and try to do something. Try to do something creative and send those individuals that are taking a look at your creativity, send them right here to the Ghost program. Send them to the blog. Send them to the Twitter spot. I don't care. But I will find you, folks. If you're doing something creative, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's some video, whether it's some image, whether it's some website, I will find you. And if I don't find you, send it to ghostpolitics@yahoo.com. ghostpolitics@yahoo.com. Anyway, folks, once again, I want to thank everyone for tuning in to this broadcast of the True Conservative Radio program. I do not know when I will conduct another broadcast, but once again, if you want to, heighten the percentage points on when I'm going to do another broadcast on a more frequent basis, well then please go once again to that blog I keep plugging, ghostpolitics.blogspot.com, and check out some of the sponsors. All right? Check out some of the sponsors. Check out some of the individuals that have the cojones to actually advertise on the True Conservative blog. And if I see that you individuals are actually frequenting some of these sponsors, I'll go out and I will actually do more of these broadcasts. I mean, if y'all actually go and visit and spread the blog like wildfire, and individuals are actually clicking the damn links and are actually visiting the sponsors, well, by God, I will continue, all right? I will continue to go on and on and on. You'll get sick of me. So please, folks, keep that all that in mind. I want to thank everyone for tuning in with me once again. I do not know when I'm going to conduct another broadcast, so the best way to figure out when I'm going to do it sporadically is to follow me on Twitter, ass clowns. Ghost Politics is the name to follow. Anyway, folks, it was a fairly decent show. It's kind of a little bit of a free format edition of the True Conservative Radio program. But anyway, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. I'd like to thank everybody who continues to listen to me on a consistent basis and who truly believe in the commentary that I convey on this broadcast. All right? I mean, you individuals continue to conjure up the energy that's within inside of me, and believe me, this energy is depleting. This energy is depleting from me, folks, because it's tiring, and I get a little jaded, But the individuals, and you know who I'm talking about, folks. I'm talking about you true conservatives that give me those great words of encouragement in the tweets. They give me the great words of encouragement in the emails, on the comment sections. You are the individuals who I do this show for. You individuals that work hard, that pay your taxes, that are law-abiding citizens, you are the individuals that I care about. I don't care about anybody else. And I want to thank you very much for listening to me on a consistent basis. I want to thank you very much for looking towards me for conservative commentary, because without you folks, I wouldn't even be doing this. This is 2010, folks. This is my third year going on the fourth year of doing this broadcast. All right? Third year going on the fourth year of doing this true conservative broadcast, folks. And I'd like for you to help spread the link and spread the word like wildfire. Tell everybody you know. Anyway, folks, thank you very much for tuning in with me. Until next time, please follow me on Twitter to figure out when I'm going to conduct a new broadcast. Ghost Politics is the name. Thank you very much. Long live the true conservative movement, and death to feminism.
Boar's Head is bringing a slice of Japan to the deli. Introducing Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. Tender, slow-roasted chicken breast, coated in our signature teriyaki glaze, where ginger, garlic, and a hint of brown sugar meet for a flavor that's both sweet and savory. New Boar's Head Ichiban Teriyaki-style chicken. The bold flavor of Japan. Now at the deli. Only from Boar's Head. Compromise elsewhere.